very nervous, very excited. We saw the heartbeat. I freaked out a little bit. Oh my God. Oh, I love it. And I feel awful. It's so glamorous, such a magical time of our lives. Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to hop on very, very quickly at the start of this video to thank you all so much for all your comments, your likes, your messages as a response of us announcing that we are having another baby. I have filmed lots of clips throughout the first trimester. I kind of anticipated the vast amount of sickness that I've had because I had it with Evie. So fair warning, there's a lot of me talking about how awful I feel in this video, but I wanted to share it because I think it gives some solidarity to other people who get the same thing or feel in the same position. So yeah, I wanted to share this video. I am still very much struggling with the sickness, which is rubbish. And I'm also struggling with a cold this week, which I'm sure you can hear. So that's great fun, but the most important thing is this little baby is snuggled away in there and is doing very, very well. So thank you so much for all your lovely messages, and I really hope you enjoy this little glimpse into the first trimester. Good morning, you guys. I thought I would pick up the camera today just to touch base. Today I am 4 weeks and 5 days pregnant. That, honestly, the last week has flown by. I thought I would be much more anxious than I have been. But yeah, the last week has absolutely flown by. I can't believe I'm nearly 5 weeks already. Obviously, it's still really early, but it feels like it's going quickly. I'm already starting to get some symptoms, which I'm a little concerned about because I got really bad sickness when I was pregnant with Evie. And I'm really concerned as to how I'm going to do parenting and cope with sickness. So we'll see. So I've had a bit of nausea. I haven't been sick yet, but I've had a little bit of nausea. Not so much this morning, actually. I feel all right this morning, but I had a bit yesterday and a bit the day before where I've just had like little waves of, not quite sure how I feel. My boobs have been quite sore, but again, like fluctuating. And that threw me quite a lot when I was pregnant with Evie. I got really, really worried when I had kind of one day when they were sore and the next day they weren't. And I convinced myself something was wrong. And now I just know that that is normal. So that's, yes, I've been having a bit of that. Other than that, just lots of like crampy pain down below. Not pain exactly, but like discomfort, pressure. My lower back is quite sore. And it feels like kind of like a period cramp. Nothing kind of worse than that, but just, and again, that's on and off. And actually that, I didn't have any of that yesterday. And I haven't had any of that today. So maybe that was just kind of everything settling in a bit. I don't know. I'm still kind of trying to get my head around it. Like, I'm so excited. And I'm also quite anxious, but I'm nowhere near as anxious as I thought I would be, and nowhere near as anxious as I was when I was this pregnant with Evie. I don't think I'm going to go into too much detail about the whys, but we're going to have a few early scans in this pregnancy. And yeah, the first one is at 5 weeks and 5 days. And I'm hoping that we will see something in the right place. Maybe with a heartbeat, might be too early. At least that's what Google tells me. Our first scan with Evie was about 7 weeks. And then she was measuring ahead. And so we saw a heartbeat. But I think 5 weeks, 5 days is quite early. So I think it's more going to be about kind of measuring the size, making sure that that's on track for where it should be, and making sure that it's in the right place. But there may be a chance that we will see the flicker of a heartbeat, which would be amazing. It's very, very exciting. I'm finding things like, I'm trying not to kind of physically push my body too much. And I'm probably being overly paranoid about certain things. Like lifting Evie, I can't do anything about, but I'm trying to kind of lift her a bit less or lift her in a different way. But things like pushing a big shopping trolley and stuff, I'm trying not to do as much because I'm much more aware of when I'm kind of using my lower abdominal muscles. and I'm trying not to use them as much. And I don't even know if that's a thing, but for me, I don't know, that there is a thing in terms of like telling people not to lift things that are really heavy, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just trying to be a bit cautious, really. That's kind of it, really, to update you on. I'm very tired, but I don't think I can blame too much of it on the pregnancy yet. And I think a lot of it is Evie not sleeping very well the last week. So that's obviously not helped, but very exciting. Can't quite get my head around it just yet, but I'm very, very excited. I have a day off today and a day off tomorrow, and then I'm in work on Thursday, which will be 5 weeks. So that's exciting. I did tell my manager at work on Thursday last week, just because I really don't want to be in a position where there's like an emergency and I end up having to push a hospital bed and like swing it around corners and things like that. Not that we swing them around corners, but like I don't want to be in a position where I'm having to kind of push myself. Can I help you? Where I'm having to kind of push myself physically like that if it's avoidable. So told my manager, and she was like, yeah, just do what you feel is safe at the moment, and then they'll do a risk assessment a bit later on, which is fine. Oh, and Murph absolutely knows. Like, do you want to get any closer, mate? He literally, he's a daddy's boy. Like, he will snuggle up to Matt much more than he'll snuggle up to me. And he is so, like, he is physically in contact with me so much of the time at the moment. He definitely knows. But he was exactly the same when I was pregnant with Evie. He absolutely knew. So I think you know, don't you, pups? Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's all I have to update you on at the moment. I will touch base with you as I go. I think, yeah, 5 weeks on Thursday, and then the next update may be the scan, or I may start vomiting before then, but I will touch base. Hello, you guys. So I am touching base. I am now 5 weeks and 5 days pregnant, and I'm a bit anxious. I'm definitely feeling the anxiety, not as bad as I had it in the early stages with Evie, but I'm definitely feeling anxious. I have got symptoms, but they kind of come and go, which is not good for my brain. Like some days my boobs are really painful, some days they're not painful until right at the end of the day, and my brain has gone into a spiral. I've had a bit of nausea, but actually with Evie, I was throwing up by this point. So that again is making me a little bit anxious. But I have had nausea, like waves of nausea every single day for about 4 or 5 days. So I guess that's a good thing. We have our first scan this afternoon. As I think I've mentioned, we are getting some early scans in this pregnancy. So we have our first scan this afternoon. And as far as what I've read online, seems to imply at this gestation, we shouldn't be expecting to see a heartbeat, but we would be expecting to see a gestational sac in the uterus and a yolk sac, and possibly a fetal pole, like an outline of something that is the baby. So again, like quite anxious just in terms of like, obviously want to make sure that everything's in the right place and everything's the right kind of size and it all looks okay for where we're at. It looks like some scans at this gestation might have like a cardiac flicker where you see like a little tiny flicker of a heartbeat. So it would be nice. That would be nice. But I'm trying really hard not to expect it because I don't want to, again, like really find myself incredibly anxious afterwards because we haven't seen that. And I know that it's not normal and it would be unexpected, or it wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't seen at this gestation. So I'm trying not to expect it. But yeah, I feel okay. I'm just tired. Little waves of nausea and my boobs are sore, but otherwise I feel okay. But the anxiety is definitely a thing right now. I don't know if I'm going to feel better or worse after the scan. I think I'll feel better because I will know that there is actually something going on and it's all in the right place and things like that. But I think there is the thing about the heartbeat that we haven't got another scan for 2 weeks. The next scan is in 2 weeks' time. So, or actually 13 days' time, because it's a day earlier. But yeah, it does make me a little bit anxious, just in terms of if we don't see any cardiac activity, which would be fine, how am I going to feel in terms of anxiety-wise for the next couple of weeks? But I guess I've just got to go on symptoms, and if the symptoms are developing, then that's a good sign. But equally, symptoms come and go, and I know that's normal, and I had that with Evie, where one day I was feeling really nauseous, the next day I wasn't. One day I had really sore boobs, the next day I didn't. And that is a bit of a mental torture as well. So I think it's a mental game at this point, much more so than a physical game. That I think the sickness will come, because it did with Evie. And again, I think obviously there's no guarantee I will get as sick in this pregnancy as I did with Evie, but I think that in itself will make me anxious as well. I'm really excited, and I've had to tell some people at work, which is nice, just to have some people know, but I've had to tell them because I've got to be quite careful at work in terms of what I do physically. But yeah, the anxiety is definitely the prevailing thing for me today. I've actually felt mentally quite okay the last few days, but today I've got a scan in like 2 hours. I want to know that everything's okay. And I know that I will feel so much more reassured if we see a heartbeat, but I know that that is so not expected because it is early. 5 weeks and 5 days is early to see any kind of cardiac activity. So yeah, I think we've just got to hope that everything's in the right place and everything looks like the right size, and then go from there. Definitely nervous. Excited. I'm really excited to see our baby on scan for the first time and see, that everything's okay. And I think it'll make it feel a bit more real, particularly for Matt, because he's obviously not feeling any of the symptoms. So I think it'll make it feel a bit more real for him to see that there's something on scan. This will be the earliest scan we've ever had, so I don't really know what to expect, but I have had a bit of a Google. But it'll be nice, it'll be really exciting to see that there is actually something going on. So yeah, very nervous, very excited. Yeah. Leaving in 5 minutes. Nervous now. Nervous and excited. Hello you guys, so it's been a few hours. I didn't have time to pick up the camera earlier because we picked up Evie and then have been doing tea time and bedtime and things, but the scan went really, really, really well. She actually tried abdominally, which I wasn't expecting, because even the scan appointment letter said it was going to be transvaginal, but she tried abdominally and she could see a gestational sac and a yolk sac from the top, from like through the abdomen. And then she said, would I be okay if they tried transvaginally just to see if they could see the baby? And I said, yes, that's absolutely fine. And they tried, and we not only saw the baby, we also saw a heartbeat. And I cried, just because I really, really, really wasn't expecting to see a heartbeat. And that just means so much, and it reassures me so much that things are going okay in there. And just, I think I'd really, really prepped myself for the fact that I needed to be prepared that we weren't going to see a heartbeat today. And we did. We saw, you could see the little flicker of the heartbeat. This little bean is less than 1 centimetre long, but we saw the heartbeat. And that is so special. So yeah, feeling very, very happy right now. And they did give us a photo as well, which is just really, really lovely. I mean, it's literally a little tiny bean. And we're going back in 2 weeks' time, so we will hopefully see a bit more then. But yeah, very, very special. Hello, you guys. So today I am 6 weeks, 5 days, and Symptoms wise, the nausea has definitely kicked in. Last Thursday, I think it was, so the day that I turned 6 weeks, I was at work. I felt awful. It was really bad. Made it through my shift, came back, and then Friday I felt all right. And then Saturday I felt all right. And then Sunday I literally had no symptoms at all. And I freaked out a little bit because I'd been feeling quite consistently nauseous for a good, maybe 4 or 5 days in a row. And so I was concerned. So I was concerned, but I am happy to announce that the symptoms have come back full force today, which is nicely reassuring for me. It's also really not a very nice feeling when you are at work and having to walk out of a room where you have a patient to run to the bathroom to throw up. So that was me today. Actually, to the point where I couldn't even keep any water down this morning. So I had to come home. I came home at about, I think, midday, and went to bed straight away. And I slept for 2 hours, and then I lay in bed still and managed to eat a couple of Ritz crackers, and I feel a lot better now. I still feel really nauseous, but I am going to try and have some toast now and just get something down me, because I know I'll feel better once my stomach is full, but getting to the point where my stomach is full is hard. But yeah, so 6 weeks, 5 days, definitely feeling it now. But yeah, very, very pleased that things seem to be kind of heading in the right direction. We had an extra scan, a private scan yesterday, mostly for a bit of reassurance given the fact that my symptoms had completely disappeared. And everything is absolutely fine in there. Apparently baby is 9 millimeters long, so just under a centimeter, which is really cute. But there was a good, healthy little heartbeat. She also said that I had definitely ovulated 2 eggs, and she could see both from one ovary, which again is really unusual apparently. But yeah, definitely ovulated 2 eggs this cycle. So she said it's not twins, but it very, very easily could have been. So yeah, I'm quite relieved it's not twins. I'm not sure that I would have been able. I'm not sure that I would have the capacity. I'm sure you make it work, but I'm not sure I would have the capacity to parent twins. So yeah, 1 baby, but could very easily have been 2. So yeah, I'm going to see how this sickness pans out. It's a very weird feeling because I feel gross, but it's reassuring. So I don't really want the gross feeling to go away because then I get anxious. But I do want the gross feeling to go away because I feel appalling. Tricky. That's kind of my only update. 6 weeks, 5 days. It feels like the first trimester is going quicker this time. But I think I'm probably a little bit less anxious with this pregnancy than I was when I was pregnant with Evie. So yeah, I think that's all I've got to update you on. I will touch base again soon. So we've just had a really exciting delivery. So we were thinking about how we wanted to tell family and things. Not planning on telling anyone for a while. However, if my sickness gets really, really bad and we need a bit of help with parenting, we may have to tell my parents a little bit sooner so that we can get a bit of extra help. So I wanted to get anything in that we needed for telling people. And we had this idea of putting a t-shirt on Evie that says Big Sister, and then just being like, oh, how cute is her t-shirt today? And I think that's how we want to do it. So I ordered this and it has just the second arrived from a company called Little Lily. So I'm going to open it now. Oh my God, it's so cute. Oh, this is so exciting. Seriously. Oh my God. Oh, I love it. It feels really good quality as well, actually. Oh, that's so exciting. Hello, you guys. So, filming a bit of an update for you today. I am 7 weeks and 4 days today, and I feel awful. The sickness is relentless. The nausea is constant. I just feel disgusting. Evie is not in nursery today, and I have had to tell my parents that I am feeling like I've got the flu or something, because I couldn't take her to her swimming lesson today, and I really didn't want her to miss out. I think there's a real thing with, I'm also really short of breath, being pregnant with baby number 2. I really don't want me being pregnant to affect Evie and what she's able to do, and I really didn't want her to miss out on her swimming lesson because I feel rubbish. I don't know, it probably is something that I'm going to have to address down the line, because there are going to be sacrifices that have to be made when this baby comes, but it just feels really selfish at the moment for her to miss out on her swimming lesson because I'm not feeling very well. So we still don't want to tell family yet. I think we're going to have to tell my parents soon, but we want to give it as kind of long a time as we can. So I've told them I'm feeling not very well, which is not a lie. And they have picked her up and taken her for her swimming lesson. So the mum guilt can wait for another day, because she's not going to miss out on her swimming, which she loves so much. She's going to get to do all of that. And I can sit and be still. Yeah, feel very, very gross. We have another early scan today, which is exciting. So I'm looking forward to seeing this little bean again. It's just doing anything feels very, very hard work right now. Yeah, pregnancy's hard. And I look after so many people who have, I've not felt sick once. I mean, I can't even imagine being pregnant and not having sickness. And I actually think I'd be really anxious if I didn't get any sickness. But I cannot imagine it. It just, yeah. For me, the focus has to be getting fluids in and keeping fluids in. Food is a bonus, but fluids are the main thing. And I'm clearly not in work because I cannot. I'm very much gravitating between the sofa and the bathroom. And I have to remain very, very still. Otherwise, everything starts making its way north. It's so glamorous, such a magical time of our lives. In 2 years, I haven't done sleep when the baby sleeps, ever. Now, I am religiously having a nap when Evie has her nap. Hello, you guys. So it is now Wednesday. I'm coming to you from the same spot on our sofa that I have been coming to you from for the last few times I picked up the camera. Mostly because this is where I live now. This bit of the sofa is where I live. I am so sick. If I stand up, I get dizzy. The sickness is relentless. However, I haven't come on to whinge. I have come on to let you know that we had our scan on Monday, which is our second NHS early scan. It's our third actual scan because we had a private scan the other week. But yeah, we had our scan on Monday and there is a tiny little bean. This baby is now measuring 14.3 millimeters from head to bum. So about 1.5 centimeters long, which is so small, but so cute. So everything looks healthy. Heartbeat is all looking great. And yeah, just everything as it should be, which is great. So we've got one more early NHS scan in 2 weeks' time. And then we go on to the normal NHS scan setup. So we'll have our 12-week scan and then 20-week scan, unless we have any additional scans, like private scans in the meantime. I think we will probably do a scan at some point, just us, because I don't think we will have the patience to wait until 20 weeks to find out the gender. So I think we will probably try and do a private scan at maybe like 16, 17 weeks. Other than that, we'll see how we get on. But yeah, tiny little bean, all snuggled up in there, looking very healthy, which is really reassuring because I certainly feel rubbish. I'm much better when I'm horizontal on my side. So that's what I'm going to do now. Hello, you guys. This that you see right now is probably quite an accurate representation of how I am feeling right now. So I am, what day is it? Friday. I am 8 weeks and 1 day pregnant. I feel appalling. I basically, unless I am really flat, this sofa's on a recline, so I'm basically flat at the moment. And unless I am horizontal, I am dizzy, I am nauseous or vomiting. I am just, it is just relentless. So Evie doesn't go to nursery on a Friday. Today is Friday. So this morning I was solo parenting a 2-year-old whilst feeling like this. Needless to say, that was a massive challenge. And she just needs someone to play with her. And I can't do that right now. I feel really bad. I've got really proper mum guilt because I haven't got it in me to get up and down and up and down. I just haven't got it in me to get up and down and up and down. And when she's saying she wants me to come and help her with something or get something for her, so the mum guilt is high. But thankfully Matt finished early this afternoon, so he's taken Evie and Murph to the park so I can have a lie down for a bit. We're going to tell my parents this weekend because Evie goes to nursery Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I need help 2 days a week because I can't do it. So yeah, we're going to tell my parents on Sunday, I think. And then hopefully they'll be able to help when I need help. But yeah, 8 weeks pregnant, which is really exciting. We have our booking with the midwife on Monday, which I'm really looking forward to. Actually, it felt like such a milestone with Evie, so I think that'll be good. obviously telling my parents is going to be a bit of a milestone. I'm really excited to see what their reactions are. I think they'll be really surprised, actually. I don't think they see it coming. I don't think they'll see it coming, but I could be wrong. Hello, you guys. So it's Monday. I am now 8 weeks and 4 days. Evie's having her nap, so I am also going to have a nap. But I thought I would touch base with you first. Little bit of an update first thing. We told my parents last night because I really need some help and support with the parenting side of things. With this sickness, I can't do it. So we told them last night by putting the Big Sister T-shirt on Evie that I think I've shown you. Oh, it was so sweet. It was so sweet. So obviously they are delighted, which is really lovely. So that was really nice. And yeah, so they know. I've got my booking appointment with the midwife this afternoon, which will be good. And then I have another scan. I have a private scan on Wednesday afternoon, which I think Matt and my mum, are going to come to, which will be really lovely. I think I had a scan with Evie about this kind of gestation, and it was when we first saw like actual wriggles from the baby, from Evie. So I'm hoping that we maybe see some wriggles this time. But yeah, gonna have a little nap now while Evie's asleep. She's gonna be up in 45 minutes, so just a little bit of a kip for me, and then get sorted. And then my mum is coming to take Evie this afternoon so I can go to the midwife. First of many of these this pregnancy. So I'm now all done with the midwife. All was absolutely fine, as I thought it would be. It's just a case of like telling her my life story, telling her about like my delivery with Evie and all of those things. So yeah, all exactly as I expected it to be, and yeah, no drama at all, which is nice. I'm really not feeling good now, so I'm gonna head back, and hopefully Matt will finish work soon-ish so he can come home and help me out with Evie, because yeah, I need to lie down. Okay, you guys, so I'm just putting some shoes on. I'm so short of breath, it's ridiculous. We're going to go for our scan now. Matt's actually at work, so he's going to meet me there. But excitingly, we're also taking my mum today, which we didn't get to do, or we didn't do in the last pregnancy. So it'll be really nice for my mum to get to see the scan and see the baby. Really looking forward to seeing that everything's okay still in there. I feel all right, but I do still feel very anxious. But I think, you know, that's early pregnancy for me. So yeah, just really looking forward to seeing this baby again. I don't think I have a bump. I think I'm just a bit bloated. Yeah, I don't have a bump. I think I'm just a bit bloated. And I have a full bladder because I have to have a full bladder for the scan. So, oh, God. Hello, you guys. I haven't filmed for a few weeks. I haven't put anything online for a few weeks. Good few weeks. And I literally haven't picked up a camera for a good few weeks, and it's because I've been feeling so unbelievably awful. But obviously it's a good sign. I, by my dates, am 12 weeks today, which is crazy. I have my 12-week scan on Saturday. Today is Thursday. So yeah, 48 hours from now, my 12-week scan will be done. Obviously, I've had a few scans up until this point, so I know that this little bean has been growing a little bit ahead. So I think they're gonna move my dates slightly based on this scan. I think I'm probably gonna be a few days ahead. Hello, pups. which is fine. Yeah, still feel really, really, really drained, really not... Merv, it's okay. Is that for me? Oh, thank you. I still feel incredibly drained, incredibly sick. I've got a horrible headache and they've been getting so much dizziness. Like the dizziness has been way worse than it was when I was pregnant with Evie. Just in terms of like, yeah, really debilitating. Like I'll stand up and everything will start going black. So it's not been easy. I've spent a huge amount of time on this sofa. But I thought I would try and pick up the camera this week, even though I'm still feeling dire, because it is 12 weeks and because obviously that is a big target for me in my head. And we are going to be telling Matt's, excuse me, can we not please, Paps? We are going to be telling Matt's parents this weekend after our 12-week scan, which is really exciting. So yeah, thought I'd pick up the camera. Otherwise, all is okay. I'm very, very tired. Not helped by the fact that Evie this week has been cutting 2 new molars. So she's been really struggling. There's been a couple of nights where she's ended up in our bed or on our floor. And there was a night when I ended up on her floor, which I really, really regretted because I was even worse than I normally am the next day. So yeah, I'm good. I feel awful, but it's for a good reason. This pup has not left my side. He is a little magnet. It's really sweet. He definitely knows that there's something going on. And he is, yeah, my little protector.